All right, we are back on what is a mostly clear and very chilly start to the day. You can see visibility pretty good here from 680 in Dodge, but we do have some patchy fog developing, and it is cold. It's not as windy or as damp as what we had to deal with yesterday, so it's kind of that crisp 17 degrees outside, and at least at the airport, we have south to southeast winds now up to 10. Here at the station, they're nearly calm. So it really depends on where you're at, what kind of wind you're seeing, and what kind of fog you're seeing. But you can see temperatures are all over the place because of those two reasons. We're still at 9 degrees in Fremont, holding at 13 in Lincoln, and we're now down to 12 in Denison, Atlantic, and Red Oak, even Clarinda, Iowa, all reporting that number. Again, 17 here in the metro, light fog out at the airport. And with those slightly stronger winds, it feels like 5 above here in Omaha, at least out at Eppley Airfield. Right now, Takema, your wind chill factor +1, and it's only 3 above with the wind chill factor in Lincoln. Here are the visibilities. It's very spotty, but we do have some dense fog in some areas. Case in point, look at this. Takema down to a quarter of a mile. Out at the airport, lighter fog at 6 miles, and then most other spots, it's not really that big of an issue. But be advised, we may see a little bit of that kind of develop in other spots through the morning. All right, as we check the satellite here on our Viper HD computer, we are looking at our street level mapping here, and once again around 60th and Dodge, couple of clouds, maybe a little patchy fog. We're also picking up on the snow cover. Satellite does a good job of that, and I tried to get rid of some of the lower levels. Otherwise, it would pick up on the cold air mass in place, and it would look like we're all completely cloudy. But basically what we're looking at here is patchy fog and a little bit in the way of the thicker snow cover still left over, although we did melt some of that yesterday, and I think we're going to do that again as we head toward the afternoon. Temperatures this morning, again, generally in the teens, at least we'll average out, I think, by 8 or 9 o'clock. And then look at the warm-up, already pushing, likely in the upper 20s to low 30s by noon. Highs should actually get back in the low 40s this afternoon, and we will see more sunshine. But again, as we head towards tonight, after the snow melt today, we could see a little patchy fog develop. So officially go for a high of 42 here in town. South winds this morning will turn to the west at about 5 to 15. And the one thing that may help us out and save us from the fog tonight, west to northwest winds stay up enough kind of to mix up the atmosphere. Otherwise, just a few clouds and not as cold. We'll only drop to 26, and some spots may even stay in the upper 20s. Temps about the same tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds, 42 the high there, and then the warmest weather is still expected on Friday and Saturday, highs near 50 degrees. Then the pattern breaks down as our winter storm approaches. We talked about this on the way to break. A lot of chatter already on social media. It's way early to talk about exact amounts, but stay tuned because somebody is going to get hit pretty hard with this winter storm, not only with snow, but also a lot of wind. It's a very powerful and dynamic storm, and it should begin to move into the west coast here over the weekend. So we'll get a better track on that as we head through the next few days. Obviously, with that in the forecast, not a bad idea to download Snowcast to your smartphone there. And again, I think we can give that a rest probably the next 4 or 5 days, but by the second half of the weekend, that may be a useful tool. All right, right now we just turned over to 518. It is currently now 17 degrees outside. Stay with us, more